Hello, everybody. We are trying to make it do what it do. Oh my goodness. We are here. Great, 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 great. Yes. Yes, we are here. We are here. I hope you all can hear me too. Look what I found. It was in my suitcase. Ah! Let me move it over some. There you go. I'll move over this way so y'all can see it. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, I gotta fix this. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. If you can text her and tell her I'm on live. She's texting my phone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We are in my hotel room trying to make it right. I'm getting everything situated over here. Right. I'm glad to see y'all here, and looking at here to see if you can hear me. It's on here, but I can't read anything. It's not moving. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, say yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. I'm looking now to see. If you can hear me, put yes, because I want to know if I need to put the cord in my ear. Probably not, but I want to make sure that you all can hear me well. Oh. Yes. They say, yes, we can hear you. Well, we are getting ready for today's lesson, and we're here in Alabama, and it has been so very, 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 very awesome with what God has been doing. It was good to see some of the bumblebees last night and get an opportunity to minister the word and seeing all of them. And this has been a journey. This week, I ain't gonna lie to you, this was a rough week. This was a rough week. And sometimes you just gotta just plow through it, you know. You just feel like when you feel like you're at your wit's end or you're about to crash, you just gotta press in. Because when I work out and I go to the gym and the trainer is working me, he used to say, these are the ones you want because these are the ones that make the difference. And when you feel that burn happening and it's starting to hurt, those are the ones that you want because those are the ones that are making the difference. So I think I have to look at it in that way, that I don't know if that's gonna work with you sitting there, because every time you look up, I look to see you getting ready to say something. Yeah, okay, yeah. And I'm not easy distracted, but sometimes when, you know, they're there to give me motion to let me know that everything is coming across okay, And so sometimes when they just go up to scratch their head, I'm thinking they get ready to say something to me, or they feel for their necklace. I'm thinking they get ready to say something to me. So I'm just kind of conscious of that. And she had to just move over, that's all. But anyway, these are the ones you want, you know, when you feel like you're pressing. And that's what separates you from average, is when you are so determined to do something that you give it your all. And you know that you won't always be this tired. You won't always feel this way. It's a moment in time. And it's really called working. That's what it's called. To be honest with you, it's called working. It's called working. And when you're not used to working, you would think that it's killing me. But this is the prime example. And I'm trying to lead by example. And this is not something that that you see me do and that I don't always do. Anybody that know anything about me know that I am a workaholic. I work until they just want to take the battery out of my back, because I just believe in getting it done. I don't believe in missing no moments, and I don't believe in allowing the grass to grow under my feet. And when you spend time with God, then you know timing. And so when you know timing, you know that this is not the time to waste time, but this is a time to redeem time. And so your perseverance becomes a little bit stronger than average, because you intend to be more than average. So, and I don't know if you all noticed, I put the dream pillow in my bag, and came downstairs in the cafeteria and forgot that it was in my bag. So for the last couple of days I've had it. It's just been in my bag. So there you have it. Dream is right here. Man, it's right here. Right here. So I'm pretty proud of that. Well, we've been talking about, I don't know how y'all feel about the last couple of days, but it's been really, really amazing at what God has been saying as it relates to this whole door and this embracing the door, embracing the shut door, and understanding the power of when a door is shut. Who, Lord have mercy, when I tell you that the clarity on that is so huge, until if you get this, if you could really, really, really bring yourself to get what God is saying about this, I promise you it would free you. I promise you it would free you from everything and everybody. I promise you it will liberate you to a place that everything begins to feel like water on a duck's back. It's almost like come see, come saw. If it does, it does. And if it doesn't, it just doesn't. Because the time wasted arguing with a door, the time wasted wrestling with the door is too precious. And I gotta talk to us today about that. I gotta talk to us about wasting time. Wasting time. Do you not know that a lot of times we have become so accustomed to, and please listen to this, we have become so accustomed to that word warfare until we think that we're supposed to feel that all the time. Now tap that screen. because I just said a mouthful without tongues. We have become so accustomed to warfare until we feel like that's what we're supposed. It's almost like you can get so used to abuse. I'm talking about emotional abuse now. I'm talking about mental and emotional abuse. You can get so used to abuse until you get so accustomed to it till you start acting like that's the way you're supposed to feel. To the point that everything now starts being labeled. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Like you would start saying, you know, to your kids, you know, y'all get on my nerves and da-da-da-da. And everything now, like, I just go through all this all the time. And da-da-da-da. Because we have become so accustomed to that kind of life until some of us don't know how to live a life of peace. We don't know how to live a life of joy. We don't know how to live a life of contentment. And the reason why that is acceptable to us, because when you are used to living your life out of emotional order, like you don't have emotional. Hold on a second, you all. Hold on. Alicia. It's supposed to be like that, but you can't send me a text in the middle of my program. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm in the middle of the program, and I get a text from my worker that's sitting right there. Okay. Anyway, prime example. We're so used to living our lives out of order that becomes the norm for us, because some of us don't know how to be happy. But I promise you today, I promise you today, we as black folk, we going, and I don't care whoever is on this page, you're going to get to that place because other people's failure to plan is not your emergency. And we always live our lives under a 911 perspective, that we don't know how to live a life that doesn't contain chaos. I'm talking because I'm still talking about. That's the reason why some of us, the move and the shift to go to your next place in God is much more simpler than you realize. You're really not the problem. I'm going to say that one more time. You are really not the real problem. It's all that baggage you're trying to take with you that becomes the problem. It's all of the craziness around you that you have to deal with that's the real problem. You're not the real problem. Think about this. If I were to develop a camp for 30 days, let's just say 7 days. I'll just say 7 days. And I took everybody on this page to a campground for 7 days, and you brought pad and pen. In 7 days, you can organize your entire life. You can put every aspect of your life in order as far as what is priority, what is not priority, what have I made priority. And why am I talking like this? Because we're talking about that space. We're talking about the fact that the converted womb is it's bringing us out of the doors of chaos. We are sitting here. We are sitting here now. And we are eating the meal. We are sitting at the table that had been prepared for us. But this is a table of preparation. You're not just eating food. You're eating preparation. You are eating divine instructions. You are eating a new mindset. That's why he called you a conqueror. You're eating the new you. You are digesting who you are to become and how you are to operate in the next door. Or if you don't, you will go into the next phase of your life, and that would be destroyed as well. That would be chaotic as well. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? So in this spot right here, you have to learn. This is going to be so difficult for some of us. I'm telling you. I'm talking to somebody right now. I'm talking to somebody on this page. And I just feel a wind about to come through this page of truth. Because some of you all on this page have denied just about your entire life for other people who have wrecked your life and went on to live theirs. Watch this. And the time that some of you all have spent in all the chaos of your own life, when you look around, the people that you've wasted that time with, they still haven't changed. And they still are the very same people. So it never was about you helping them. It was about them being successful in destroying you. That's what I woke up with. That's what I woke up with. I woke up asking God about this space. What are we supposed to be doing with this space? What are we supposed to be doing while we are transitioning to the next place? Now you got to go in and start pulling out what you can't take with you. And some people, you're going to have to leave them behind. And I'm talking to some mothers on this page right now. I'm talking to some mothers on this page right now. When a part of what's wrong with your kids is that you have not made them work for anything. You have always given them everything. You have always been the person to make the sacrifices. You don't know the people that I'm running into now that are saying, Dr. Bynum, I give my all. And watch this. God requires that we be good parents, and he requires that we be good family members, but he does not require that at the extent of the sacrifice of your own life, till there's nothing about you that is left for you. If he gave you a life, some of that you gotta get. You gotta get some of it. So all of it goes to the family, all of it goes to your friends, all of it goes to the church, all of it goes to the people that you helping, and none of it is yours. And you don't have a right to none of it. Okay. I'm not going to get nobody to talk to me today, so I guess I'm just going to get off this line. I guess I'm just going to hang up today. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And you're at the end of yourself now. You're at the end of yourself. And this is the crossroad of decision. And you got to make the decision to incorporate you back into your own life. Wow. Let me see who I'm talking to. Because I don't know if y'all. Whoa. Let me help you with this. Because we were talking about the doors, and understanding when the door is shut, that God has a greater place and God has a greater purpose for you. And how when that door is shut, you got to understand that God is maneuvering some things and God is transitioning some things, and all is well. But the danger in that, let me tell you the danger. There's a power in a second chance. There's a power in another opportunity, but there's also a danger. And one of the dangers is this. when you're given a brand new chance and you take your old ways into your new chance. I'm going to let that sit right there. I'm going to let that sit right there. When you take your old you into your new chance, he has called you out of that, and then you start repeating the same behavior all over again. Letting people take advantage of you. Letting people walk all over you. Letting people manipulate you. Letting people con you. All in the name of the Lord. Somebody gonna tap that screen right there now. Somebody gonna give me a tap on that screen right there. Because the worst manipulation is spiritual manipulation. The worst manipulation is spiritual manipulation. It's spiritual, and I said it the other day. When somebody fears that they're getting ready to lose, because the worst manipulation is spiritual manipulation. How do I know when I'm being spiritually manipulated? When whatever you're doing and whoever you're doing it for, there's never a thought about how you can progress in your dreams as well. Because this is not a one-sided thing. This is not a one-sided thing. I'm going to say it again. This is not a one-sided thing. This is not about all of what you can do for somebody else and what somebody else cannot do for you. There is a spiritual exchange. And that law even goes as far as the scripture. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Sure, he did, but he didn't do that not to get nothing back. I just said something right there. He gave his only begotten son because his son was going to gain the souls that he permit to travel down through the canal of life and enter into the world called this world, this earth. And what was I going to do? I'm going to get more glory out of the lives of these people. And how am I going to get that glory? If these people have born in sin and shaped in iniquity, I'm going to give my only begotten son. But in exchange, my son then is going to give his life. And then in exchange, you are going to give your life back to my son. And he's going to live vicariously in this earth through all of you all so I can get the glory. There's always some type of exchange when it's right. When it's wrong, it's all one-sided. When it's wrong, it's all manipulation. When it's wrong, and if you leave, you're going to die. And when it's, I'm not hearing nobody talk to me. I'm not hearing nobody talk to me because I've lived through this. I'm talking about what I know. I'm talking about what I know. When it's wrong, you're never asked, what can I do for you? What is your dreams? What are you trying to accomplish? Where are you trying to go? Oh, I'm talking right now. Nobody can say that have worked for me ever. Not ever in their life. And if they do, they are lying through their teeth. That I have never suggested and helped and went out of my way to make sure that they felt appreciated and make sure that I try to help you with your dream or whatever you say you're trying to do. Then okay then. Instead of me hiring you, then bring your gift here. And let me help you establish your gift by working for me. So I'm going to pay you to establish your gift so that your gift can have a reputation. No, I'm talking to somebody right now. I'm talking to somebody right now. Because somebody said, well, you know what? Salvation is free. Not even salvation was free. It cost somebody something. It cost God his only son. And it cost the son his life. So that wasn't free. And it's going to cost you to live this life. So it still ain't free. I'm talking to somebody. Taking bad habits over into your new world. Taking bad habits over into where you're going. Because some of you all on this page, you're too giving. And I done said it. Some of y'all on this page, you're too giving. Some of y'all on this page, you don't know how to bring a balance to what you do. and it turned into usury. And then when you all burned out and you ain't got nothing to give no more, and you ready for something, and you standing in the door, then when it's your turn to go, then you're going to die. Then God going to curse you and all the above. And we as people of God, we got to stop that. We got to stop that. And I understand about servanthood because I teach servanthood. But there's a real thin line between being a servant and being used. Being a servant and being manipulated. Being a servant and not handling your business. You can't repeat the same behavior. You cannot repeat the same behavior. I'm talking to somebody right now. And I know I am. And he said, now that we're in this space, what are you going to do about your life? Who are you taking into this next turn with you? Who are you taking there? Hello? Which one of y'all are going? Let me see who I'm talking to because I ain't getting nobody. I'm just... Okay. I see you. I see you. I see you. And then the bitterness becomes... I'm telling you, why am I talking like this? Because I've been there. I'm talking like this because I've been there. I've been there. The first law of nature is self-preservation. And some of you all don't know how to do that. You don't know how. Let me tell you something. Somebody on this page, you better get an anointing to say no. Because no is not a curse word. You better get an anointing to say, I can't this time. You better get an anointing to say, I'm not going to be able to do it this time. Are you hearing what God is saying? Because I'm telling you, there stands a door open for you. And I'm only talking to people that's coming on this page that I know that God has had me to walk you from the beginning up until now. And you can sit here and you can let the devil make you have a pity party. Because some of y'all really need to stop that. You really need to stop the woe is me stuff. You really need to stop the drama. You really need to stop the, let me find somebody to whine to. Let me find somebody to tell, oh, and this is what I'm going through, da-da-da-da. You really need to stop. Because first of all, when you are operating as two different people, then God don't know which one of you ought to propel. Because 1 minute, you ministering and you got the victory. And the next minute, I just want y'all to pray for me. I just want y'all to, no. Because I'm going to tell you what that comes from. That's a sure sign of abuse. That's a sure sign of abuse. When a person have to always make public what they're dealing with, it's a sure sign that you have given of yourself to such a degree that the abuse have gotten to such a level that now you need to be poured back into. And the only way to get it is to cry pitiful because you've come to the end of yourself. Am I saying anything to anybody today? Am I saying anything to anybody today? When you see people responding like that, it's because they've gone through years of abuse. And now I need something for me. And the only way that I can get it is now to publicly voice and publicly display what I'm dealing with. And I'm not talking about somebody that every now and then may say, you know what, I got a situation over here. A family member, can you all pray with me about that? Because I want God to do this or I want God to do that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person that's always, well, I'm going through this and can somebody pray for me? And I just feel like giving about. Because I'm going to tell you something. And y'all, it's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. Because you getting ready to walk into the things that God has prepared in your womb. It is not for babies. It is not for slouches. It is not for the woe is me people. It's for the people that know how to suck it up and keep it moving. It's for the people that know that sometimes life just happens. It's for the people that understand that this too shall pass. And this is not the end all and the be all. That this right here is a phase. And this is going to be over with. And if I stay in this too long, then I'm turning my open door into a trap door. Then I'm stuck. Then I'm stuck being angry because now I bring myself back to the level of realizing or thinking in my head that it's a person that shut a door for me. And when you do that, and now it becomes a person that have shut that door on you, and now it becomes a person that have did that thing to you, then all the cancers that is on the inside of your spirit, woe is me, and my mama did me like this, and my daddy did me like this, and my sisters did me like this, and this is what my friend did, and this is what my ex-husband did, then all that stuff becomes an infection on the inside of you, and that's when you start getting on Facebook, spewing all that stuff out. Because now you got yourself in the wrong realm. Who am I talking to? Maybe I'm not talking to nobody today. Let me see. Who am I talking to? Maybe I ain't talking to nobody. Oh, God. Priscilla. Zethame. Sierra. Oh, my God. Jasmine. Keisha Kemp. No. Whew. You know what I always say? I said this once and I'm going to say it again. My friends, I ain't got but a few. A few, very few real daughters. But ask them. Lynn Baker, Karen Belton, I can call their names. People that Lisa Vaughn, ask them how often do I call them and go, and I'm just going through something, y'all just need to just pray for me, and I don't. I don't, because I cannot allow my mind to feed in that kind of drama, because I know the kind of people that are my friends, they will feed my drama. My drama would be burping by the time. Let me call one of them and say, I'm going through, baby, they be talking about, and you know what, and you right, and da-da-da. And see, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Because to talk about it is to get it fed. I said something right there. To always have a reason to bring it up is to get it fed. Feed my drama. Feed what I'm going through. No, they would tell you, when something hit me, and I know I got to deal with it, I deal with it by allowing the first hit to just kind of, I know it's going to stagger me, but then I got to just go and just get quiet. I got to get quiet so all the wave shocks can pass and I can see the reality of what is being said and what is being done and what I am to do about it. Stuff hit us, we just go to screaming and howling and going crazy, and that's it. No, that's the first wave. That's not where you stay with it. That's not where you stay with it. The first wave got to come because it's got to hit your frontal lobe. It's got to hit your emotions first. That's going to happen. But the problem is we stay here too long. You stay in your emotions too long. You stay in the, oh, it's me too long. You stay in the, that hurt me too long. Years have passed by and some of y'all are still there. Months have passed. Thing been over 6 months ago. You still there. You still there. Do you think I'm still in the place where all that junk was 7 years ago? 2007 in August? I'm not. I'm not. And I can kick myself every day because some of that stuff, I kind of stayed in a little bit too long. I stayed in my feelings a little bit too long about it. And now when I look back at it, I'm like, well, you crazy. all that time wasted that you can never get back in a feeling when you're going to get another feeling. I just said something right there. You wasting all that time locked in something that floats. You wasting all that time being locked in something that's not even locked in. You wasting all that time. Well, that hurt me. That hurt me. That hurt me. You can't move from point A to B because that hurt you. You can't go on with your life because that. Some of y'all still living in that mud. You still living in that mud. And that's why some of your personalities are awful. Some of y'all are like 16 different people. God want to get all of y'all and collect all of y'all and bring y'all into one person. Some of y'all act like you schizophrenic. You know why? Because it makes you feel better when you can make somebody else responsible for what you haven't accomplished. Now, I just said something right there. And I ain't got nothing but truth for you. You think I'm going to sit on this floor every day and bring you crap? You think I'm going to sit on this floor every day and talk junk and put mayonnaise all over you and tell you how wonderful you are? No, the purpose of me sitting here is for us to go to truth. The purpose of me sitting here is for us to go to change. It makes us feel better. It gives us a reason why we haven't succeeded. It gives us a reason why we haven't moved on. It gives us a reason why we haven't accomplished what it is we could accomplish. Because we're able to blame that on an issue, on a situation. Well, they hurt me. Well, I've been hurt too. Well, they backstabbed me. I've been backstabbed too. Well, they stole my money. They stole my money too. Well, I've been abused. I was abused too. Well, I didn't know which way to go. I didn't know which way to go either. Well, they talked about me. The whole world talked about me. And some of them still do. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Well, my enemy, I got enemies too. Seen and unseen, known and unknown. And I ain't never let none of that stop me. And I'm not going to let it stop you. Because until you done walked in my shoes, then you can stop. I had a reason to stop. I could have stopped a long time ago. But I refuse. I refuse. Because nobody takes my life. Nobody takes my life. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Nobody. 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 When you look at the scripture and you look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I keep on going back to them. Because this man destroyed everything that they thought was sacred. Nebuchadnezzar took all of the treasures out of the tabernacle, the same tabernacle that they was taught to guard the presence, and brought it in for his own personal use. But Daniel still refused. I'm not going to stop praying 3 times a day. I'm not going to stop doing you're not going to turn me into a Chaldean. You're not going to turn me into what is in your kingdom. Because when you do that, I'm preaching to somebody right now. When you hold on to that, you are not walking around as you. They have borrowed your body, and you are them. Who am I talking to? And that's why you can't accomplish nothing. I hope you could see the spiritual, magnitude of what I'm saying today. We got to be careful about this spot right here. This spot right here. This spot right here between coming out of defeat and going into victory. You got to be careful about this spot right here. Moses got caught up in this spot. Moses got caught up in this spot. He got caught up in this spot. And he took on the spirit of them people. He got caught up in this spot. And he took on the attitude and the frustration of the people. And lost his opportunity to go in. Oh, God. Whew. I can feel the virtue coming out of me on this one. I can feel the virtue coming out of me on this one. I promise you I can. I promise you I can. That's why you can't succeed. That's why you can't succeed. Because you're wearing another person. That's why you can't succeed. Because whoever is supposed to bless you, they can't see you. They see a collage of people. It's almost like somebody else's nose is on your face. Somebody else's eyes is in your eyes. Somebody else's mouth is on your mouth. And there's a frame of what you're supposed to look like. But there's not a clear identity. Because you're carrying so much from so many people till you don't look like you. And no, I'm not going to walk through all I've walked through and end up living the life under the frame of somebody else. That's too much power. Do you know how much power that is to give to somebody? That they're no longer living in your house, they're no longer with you, they're no longer around you, and yet they still control you because you can't stop thinking about what they did. My God. That's way too much power. That's way too much power. That's like you've given somebody authority over your life, over your being. And so now you can't move. Ooh. I don't do it. I don't do it. I can't. I can't. I hope somebody can hear what I'm saying to you. I can't. You can't stay there. But you, Dr. Bynum, but you don't know what they did. You can't stay there. Well, Dr. Bynum, I just really wish you understood. You can't stay there. You can't stay there. Or you know what? There was no real sense in God bringing you out. Why did he bring you out if you're not going to let him take you in? So now what's happened is I could see this thing in the vision. It's like a whole lot of people are out. A whole lot of people, whether they realize it or not, the Lord has delivered them from the bondage of those doors of entrapment. And everybody right here is in this little hallway. And there lies the door that's wide open for everybody to walk into the purpose and walk into the new door. And everybody is crowded right here in this section. And when frustration starts, because you've been brought out, but you can't go in, because though you're out, your mind is still in there. Though you are out here, your thoughts are still in there. Though you are out here, you still carrying the pain from in there. And you want to talk about intercession? Pray right there. Pray right there. That God, while I'm sitting in this spot, that you will remove the residue from all of this junk that's in my spirit. Because some of y'all can't move forward. You can't move forward. And you wearing it like an ugly stench. It's almost like an odor that follows you. Of all of that bitterness and all of that confusion. My God, I know what I'm feeling and I know what I'm sensing. You have no freedom to be you. Somebody was like, oh my God, no, I know what I'm talking about. And this level of freedom, my God, you can't even explain it. I sat the other day and sat on the Google thing and reordered my roller skates. I used to skate every weekend. No, I'm getting my life back. I don't know about you, but you can sit there and let your life dry up in all of that foolishness instead of getting out and enjoying your life and in preparing yourself. Do you know what it feels like when you get a new job? Because anybody that's really sane about getting a new job, when you get a new job and you get ready to get the new job, you already tell the people, they said, when can you start? You don't start that next Monday. Give me 2 weeks to start, because you know what? I got to spend this time right here. And I got to enjoy myself. I got to spend this time right here and take a break. I got to spend this time right here and get all of my old company off of me. No. How do you know that you are trapped? Because you're not you anymore. Some of y'all on this page, you used to take yourself to lunch. You used to take yourself to dinner. You used to go roller skating too. Some of y'all on this page right now, you used to love to go bowling. You don't do nothing no more. Everything is for the kids. Everything is for my friends. Everything is going to work, coming back home, going to work, coming back home. And all of a sudden now you feeling like you crashing. You feeling like I'm about to go crazy because you don't have a life. Wow. Some of y'all love to go to museums. That's what you used to do. Fix yourself a lunch and get your iPad and walk through the museums and then sit down in a corner and eat your lunch. Some of y'all love to read and you can't even concentrate when you pick up a book because all of this stuff is going on in your head and you missing an opportunity to be the beautiful person that I know you can be. No, we going on to something that is awesome. That open door is awesome. And you could sit there and say, well, you know what? I don't have no whole lot. You can go to the park. I'm not hearing nobody talk to me. You can go sightseeing. You can go to the forest preserves and just walk around. You got to start today getting little pieces of you back. You got to start today. No, I know what I'm talking about because I have to ask myself, what is all of my pastimes? What is it that I like to do? I love antiques. I love to go to antique stores. I love vintage things. I love vintage jewelry. And if it's nothing but me going to a secondhand store or an antique store and spending $2 for a pair of earrings, $3 for a vintage bracelet. It's about me. And it's got to be about you again. Oh my God. Oh my God. And you know what the crazy thing about it is? Everything you want to do for you don't cost but a few dollars. And you will sit there and feel guilty about spending $5 on yourself when you will give everybody else $500. I got a real problem with that. And so should you. You ain't never guilty about giving your all to somebody else. And as soon as it's time to get your hair done, or make a sacrifice and get your nails done, or make a sacrifice and buy you a vintage pair of earrings, or buy you a blouse, then here come the guilt trip. Well, I know I shouldn't have spent this because I shouldn't have spent this $5 because I know I had to just, I know the gas bill is coming up. And that same gas bill be coming up when Junior be asking for the Michael Jordan tennis shoes. That same gas bill be coming up when your daughter be asking to get her hair weaved. That same bill is always coming up when your family needs something, when they fail to plan and they lights getting ready to turn off. And it's always okay to sacrifice for everybody else, but it's never okay to sacrifice for you. And I'm telling you today, that devil right there, that demon right there, that demon is a lie. And that demon is going to get up off your life. And that demon is not going to crash you. And if you're going to crash, you're going to crash doing for you. You're going to crash because it's my turn to work myself down to nothing for what God has called me to do. Who am I preaching to? Maybe nobody today. Maybe nobody today. Maybe nobody. ask people sometimes, I was like, what? And one person said to me, no, all we do is go to church and come back home. I looked at them like, really? Oh, yeah, that's all we do. That's all we do is go to church and come back home. Some of y'all on this page right now, that's all you do. All you do is go to church and come back home. That's all you do. You, church, the kids, that's it. That's it. You don't even know who you are. And you in automation. You know how you on automate? You just wake up like somebody, the alarm clock go off and somebody winds your back up, and you just go all through life doing all of what you already do until you are literally robotic. And the guilt only comes in when you have a feeling, when it's something you desire to do. And God is saying, this next door that I'm taking you in, you can't take this behavior because you have no balance. That's why you're evil. That's why you're frustrated. That's why you're sensitive. That's why can't nobody say 2 words to you. That's why you're edgy. That's why you're defensive all the time. Because you're missing you. You're missing you. You're missing you. You know, I told somebody one day, I said, do you know what jealousy really is? That's when people make comments, you know, make comments about me on this page or whatever. You know what real jealousy is? Jealousy is when you see somebody else doing something that you know you can do better. That's what jealousy is. Jealousy is when you see somebody else doing what you know you can do. And some of it you looking at, you can do better. And they're doing it, and you're not. Because you care more about holding on to what somebody else did to you rather than yourself. You don't even have a self-love for yourself. We're crying out for somebody to care about us, but we don't care about ourselves. You're crying out for somebody to take care of you when you don't take care of you. You're crying out for somebody to help you do something when you won't help yourself. There it is, I said it. What about you? What you gonna do in this space right here? What are you gonna do with this space right here? This space of grace. Because if none of this had ever happened, if the shut door had never come, you would have been trapped forever. I just said something right there. If the shut door had never come, you would have been trapped forever. And this broadcast right here, me sitting on this floor every day, is to help you to keep it moving. You can't stop at this no more. And this weekend, this is your homework. You better do something for you. I don't care if you don't do nothing but get in your car and go to the ice cream stand by yourself and pick out the flavor you want without 3, 4 kids saying, I want strawberry, I want chocolate, and I said I want a double scoop. And then you, well, you know what, I can't afford all of, so I'm just going to let y'all have something. No. No. It's time to break that behavior. It's time to break the behavior that you don't count. It's time to break the behavior that everything and everybody else needs to be taken care of, and I don't count, and I'm not in the equation. Who am I talking to? I just, where my glasses at? See who I'm talking to. Just having somewhere. It's okay to feel something. I see what I'm talking to. Oh, I got it. I know what I'm saying is the truth up in here. Oh, yes, yes. Yes, because after a while, it's called burnout. It's called burnout. And let me tell you what the deception is. And I'm going to let us go. The deception is to burn you out before you get to the promise. And that's what happened to Moses. He went through all of that and got to the end and got burned out and couldn't go to the promise. That's what the trick of the enemy is. We're not done with this. We're going to pick this up next week because now we're moving. New womb, converted. If you go all the way back to July 2nd, you will see the pattern that God was bringing us up to. You will see how we have traveled. You see, this past week, he was talking about that womb and talking about being converted and the conversion of the womb last week. This week, he started talking about that door and embracing the closed door. And now that we're out of that, and he's invited us out to come in to prepare a table before us in the presence of our enemies, and not people, but every demonic spirit that thinks it's going to keep you entrapped in an old mindset, in an old lifestyle. The devil is a liar. So he lays out a table before you and he says, no, this is all of what I have prepared for them. Now I'm going to let them look at what I have prepared for them on this table. And I'm going to let them keep looking at what you got to offer. And I'm going to see if they're wise enough to choose what I have rather than where they've been. And so when he gets done with this, and that table is laid out, and now he's talking about, before you pick up what is on this table to go through that open door, I want you to be finished with that over there. I want you to finish the course and shut the door to self-pity, to unforgiveness, to the woe is me spirit, to the this is what they did, this is what they said, I don't matter, I'm going to do for everybody else and forget about me. He said, get all that out right here. Because when we get over here, we're not dealing with that. When we get over here in the promise, we ain't dealing with who hurt your feelings, because that's over with. When we get over here, where I'm taking you, where I'm getting ready to sit you, the door that's open for you, we don't have time for that dumbness. We don't have time for you to be walking around all looking like somebody done served you lemons. And somebody said, what's wrong with that? My mind just went back to something I was going through. And when that happened, it just reminded me, get all of that out right now. All these little flare-ups that you overhear in the promise. You overhear in the promise. And I got to say this, and I'm going. I got 3 minutes. I got to say this and I'm going. I'm giving you Bible right now. When Moses told them, I want 12 of you all to go over in the promised land and scout it out and tell us what y'all see. Do you not know that 10 people went over there with that mindset of the wilderness? 10 people. 12 of them went. 10 of them stood in the promise, stood in purpose, stood in the land that was flowing with milk and honey, where the fruit was so massive, it took 2 of them to carry it, and said, but they got giants. But look at these giants over here. You done came through dead uncles and dead grandmamas and dead mamas and daddies, because all of them died out in the wilderness. When you were children, you don't watch families come through almost sheer poverty, where God had to let manna fall down from heaven. God had to give them rain. He had to open up the Red Sea. He had to make sure their shoes didn't wear out. You watch your grandmama die, your daddy die, your mama die, your aunties die. You are the next generation. And now you finally see the promised land that they have been talking about for 40 years. For 40 years, you have watched the process. Y'all have lived in tents. And now God is getting ready to sit you in a place where houses that you did not build. He getting ready to allow creditors and banks to give you stuff you've never had before. They getting ready to approve you for stuff you've never had before. Regardless of the fact that you've gone through some stuff with your credit, divine miracles are going to happen. Doors are already open for you. New jobs are already open for you. Where you don't even know the job. They're going to train you for the job. I'm talking about we're sitting in the realm of the supernatural. And you're going to sit over in the promise talking about what they did to you back then. Talking about how strong a demon is. Talking about what I done been through. They are giants over here. Joshua and Caleb, the Bible said, was of another spirit. And that's the spirit I want you to come on into right now. It said Joshua and Caleb was of another spirit. And they said, the devil is a lie. We can take them. Because I'm not getting ready to stand in the promise, watch the promise, looking at the promise, handling the promise. And my focus is going to be on the power of some giants rather than the power of my God. My mind is going to stay on the power of gossip rather than the power of my God. My thoughts is going to be on the power of what somebody did to me 7 years ago rather than what God is doing for me right now. I don't think so. I don't think so. And if you do, something's wrong with you. Literally. Literally. You standing in it. He's using me to sit here to prophesy that you in it. Everything that I have ministered since I've been sitting here July 2nd has transitioned you to it. And if you just start joining this page, you need to go back. You need to go back and start July 2nd and start watching all the videos so you can get caught up. You're going to come all the way to this point where we sitting in the middle, where the table is being spread, and the directions and the instructions is being given to us. And God is prophetically laying out all that he desires to do. And he got to keep slapping you to make you pay attention to what's on the table of blessings. Because you keep looking over here at what they did. Of something that's already gone, done happened a long time ago. And it's done with, over with. You can't change it. You can't bring it back. You can't fix it. No, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to let you do that. Because when we come back on this page on Monday, I'm going to be talking about where we're going. And now we're getting ready to travel to the promise. So you want to sit over there and be pitiful, and you want to sit over there and keep on posting, and somebody pray for me, I feel down. Because all that stuff right there, it's called self-abuse. You have abused yourself. You have allowed yourself to be abused, and you are being abusive to you. And the more you talk like that against yourself, and the more you complain, you are now the abuser. You are. You are abusing you with all that negativity. And we going on over here. And when you decide you want your future, rather than living in your past, you meet us over here. Because this is where we're headed. We're headed to the next level. We're headed to the promise. We headed to the open door. This is where we need to fix our eyes on. The door that remains open. Why? Because a righteous woman always has available an open door. Gotta go. Gotta go. Don't forget to get your book, Praying from a Third Dimension. We're almost there. And many of you don't forget about the conference that's coming up. Bring back the glory now. We are days away. We are 1 month away. And I'm telling you, God is going to do something supernatural in that building. And all of you that are in the Alabama area, you can meet me there tonight. Quite a few of you were there last night. I looked like at least 50% of the room. But I'm telling y'all, I love y'all. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Anybody want to go with me? Because if you want to stay over there, I can introduce you to some people that's having some pity parties. And you go and take your wine and your cigarettes and your blunts over there. But we going over here. I just get so tired of people whining. It's driving me crazy. I just get so tired of, why me? Why not you? Why not you? Why not you? It's called transition. It's called life. It's called maturing. It's called being able to help somebody What if I had not gone through all of what I went through, y'all? What if I had gave up? What if I would have been still sitting there saying, why me, why me? Who would be on this phone helping you? That's why I qualify. That's why we are being helped. Because I chose not to stay in that place. I chose to not remain with my head over there and my heart over here. No. Bring your head where your heart is so you can move into purpose. God bless you. All right. Love you. Talk to you later. Whew.